Hello, hello. I have arrived. Artist, archivist, future man, and tonight, interdimensional chef. You can call me Tiberius Vanderfield. Hello, hello. But yes, so, Arknights. Yes, once again, we are stuck on a stage. Hopefully, we will not be by the end of tonight's stream, but we shall see what happens. So yes, not a whole lot to be said. I kind of want to just get into it more or less, but anyway. So, Arknights tonight, possibly Arknights tomorrow night, depending on how everything goes. So, if we do get the event cleared today though, probably tomorrow I will be streaming more Atelier Yumia, or potentially we might go and do some Guilty Gear, considering that we haven't done that yet this week. But, one way or the other, the Saturday stream will be the last stream of this week, and it will be at roughly 8:30 p.m. Central Time. If we haven't completed the event by that point, then I will probably aim to start early, potentially as early as 7:30, just to make sure that we have the maximum amount of time we possibly can to do the event. But, I don't know. I don't think we need to necessarily worry about not getting it done, because I feel like we have a pretty decent grasp of what we're aiming for. I'm not 100% certain, but I do think that we can do it tonight, in short. But yes, so, one way or the other, next week we should be seeing a return to normal. But yeah, so we'll be seeing streams on, actually, no, right, because I had a change in my schedule off stream. So yeah, so we'll be switching to a new normal, yes, of streams. Yeah, that would be Tuesday through Saturday, I guess, yeah. But yes, Tuesday through Saturday. So the Tuesday and Wednesday streams you can expect to be around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. The Thursday and Friday streams you can expect to be around 9:30. It's definitely possible for me to start at 9. We got very close today, but I got delayed by a few other things. I was a bit late coming out of work, unfortunately, due to some other business, but yes, it's definitely achievable for me to go to 9, or to start at 9. I don't necessarily want to commit to that at this point, but it's not unreasonable. Not unreasonable. And honestly, there's no real reason for me not to, in most cases, unless, something does come up. But, I don't know, I'd rather be early than be late, I'd rather be early than be late, so. Let's see. But yes, so, Tuesday and Wednesday and Saturday streams usually will be around 8:30 p.m. Thursday and Friday streams should be around 9:30 p.m. And that should be all of that. So yes, so, nothing else that needs to really be said before we get into things. So, let's get into things. Arknights. But yes, so, last time around, we got to DT8, Rhodes Island Cafeteria. So, for this mission, our goal is to feed Tri-Maw. I was wondering for a while if we need to just feed Tri-Maw, or if we need to feed Tri-Maw and then defeat Tri-Maw. Because being able to defeat Tri-Maw, it seems like it's possible. Of course, the fact that Tri-Maw's HP is not maintained between phases implies to me that it's not strongly encouraged to defeat Tri-Maw in combat. Indeed, that may only delay things. Yes. That being said, there's nothing in here that specifically says one thing or the other. Again, the description does say, satisfy its picky palates to survive, but that could just be flavor text. I'm not entirely certain that that is actual game mechanical information. But yes. For right now, though, we're working under the assumption that we should be feeding Tri-Maw, and so we will endeavor to feed Tri-Maw whatever it is that Tri-Maw desires. So yes. So, I've had some thoughts in the off time, and so I want to put those into practice. Yes, so first of all, the primary thing that we want to do is, or rather, maybe not the primary thing, but yes, just to I suppose address it. Primarily, I want to keep the delicious in dungeon operators in the team, basically. That is my main goal. But yes, they aren't necessarily the best, and especially since I don't have them as high level as they could be, but I'm not using them because they're good. I'm using them because I like them, and because they are thematically appropriate. Yes, so that is that. As for the actual abilities that they have, I think that the best we can get out of Senshi is probably Monster Meals for Many in this case. So we will leave him on that. I think that Marcial's a top student's abilities is probably pretty good. The ability to also heal if there aren't enemies to attack will be valuable, I think. Yes, and that's why I want Monster Meals for Many on Senshi, so that we can recover that. I don't know that Summon Familiar will be strongly valuable. It's definitely not useless by any means. I think it could be quite useful in the right circumstances, but I don't know if we want to take the time necessary to set up those circumstances. And I don't know if they will be... Yeah, I don't know if it will be very conducive to what we're really trying to do here. Anyway, Laios, we found a tremendous amount of value in intimidation tactics last time around, so we're probably going to stick with that. And with Chilchuck, once again, we will probably be sticking with improvisation. Lockpicks, again, I'm not incredibly enthusiastic about, because it is random, it's hard to rely upon. It provides pretty decent DP on average at a relatively high rate, but it's not something that I can necessarily rely upon to give me the DP that I need exactly when I need it. Yeah, between attempts at the stage, the amount that it will give me will change. And to be fair, we've never been in a situation where our need for DP was that tight, but I still want to be careful of it. But yes, so, for other decisions for the team, I think one thing that I was also thinking about is that I do want to try to put my money where my mouth is a little bit more. Or I was thinking about putting my money where my mouth is a little bit more. To explain what I'm talking about with that, because it probably doesn't make a whole lot of sense out of context. But yeah, usually I tend to, or I've said before, that one of the things that I like about Arknights is that you typically don't, it's not designed with the need for high rarity operators in mind. Yeah, it's not designed with the thought that you will need the latest 6-star to clear the latest event or whatnot. This isn't to say that power creep does not happen in the game. It certainly does, but yeah, it is very possible to beat the game or to get through the game like any given mission with operators that are below, 4 stars or lower. It's very possible to do so with operators that are much lower level than is recommended. But yeah, that has been sort of the main challenge of our playthrough so far. The fact that I am very, very slow to start leveling up my units. But yeah, things like that. I was thinking that I didn't want to necessarily use a lot of 5 stars or whatnot, higher rarity operators than 4-star, unless they were otherwise obtainable for free. Yeah, such as event operators or ones that you can get from the shop, things like that. Yeah, the delicious in dungeon operators being thematically appropriate does trump that in this case. But looking at it, I guess our team isn't super heavily dependent on 5 stars or 6 stars or anything like that. We've definitely used 6 stars before. We've leaned heavily on Kayabe previously. But we were never, I don't know. But yes, we definitely could have figured out a solution that didn't involve Kayabe, but part of it is just the fact that I'm not that experienced with the game. There's a lot of people who could do this stage with nothing but 3-star operators. Yeah, nothing but 3-star operators with a team of like 6 or something like that. I'm sure that that's very doable. But I lack the I lack the comprehensive knowledge of the game to make that happen, and I don't really have the time to put into it, basically. So yeah, I could put more time into it, but there's a lot of other things that I'm working on at the moment. Yes, mostly personal matters. So yeah, so I guess that's not super relevant, but yes, anyway. So all of this is to say that I don't necessarily want to put in the time to be an Arknights master at this point in time. But yeah. That being said, again, we're not super heavily reliant on 5 stars. Yeah, I think that Honeyberry is one that's available for free from the shop, if I recall correctly. Fire Whistle isn't, at least not perpetually. But I was thinking of switching her out anyway because I just don't have a tremendous amount of use for her at this specific moment in time. Because yes, once again, I am planning on switching up the team somewhat. So yes, so first, Perfumer is going to stay because she's simply highly valuable. I'm not 100% sold on Cruz though. I'm thinking we could probably use another sniper that could do her job. Not necessarily better, because I think that Cruz has a very good amount of DPS for her cost. Yeah, she has a very high cost to value ratio. But I'm thinking if we can get a sniper that can also slow, such as May here, that could be very valuable for getting the slugs that like to run away. Granted, we don't need to worry about those beyond the first phase, and we were able to get through the first phase without difficulty. So the fact that Cruz has higher DPS overall could be more valuable, but I do think that it's worth considering May at the very least. But yes, Meteor is another consideration. Her ability to reduce armor would be good for dealing with the berry metal crabs. Yes, we thought about using her in the stage that the berry metal crabs debuted in, but we never really got around to it, I don't think. But yeah. Anyway, Gummy is 4 stars, so she's fine. But yeah, she's not a high priority to replace. But yeah, I think that she is good to have around because she would continue to bolster Senshi or Laios or whoever is doing the bulk of the blocking with her ability to heal. Yeah. There is a certain question of which skill I want to put on her. I think if we're going to use cooking as her skill, we'd want to put her further forward so she has a better chance of stunning more units with her talent. She is able to stun with every I thought it was every 3rd attack, but no, it's just a percentage chance. Anyway. But yes, so getting more stuns out of Frying Pan Specialist would probably be good. We don't necessarily need to maximize the value of it because it doesn't progress things really, it just prevents things from getting worse. But once again, it could be valuable. So yes. I wonder how... Yeah, she does have substantially higher defense than Laios. I'm thinking in terms of who I would want to put out to start withstanding the explosive slugs once those come in. But yes. The fact that Gummy gets a defense bonus while she's using cooking could also be useful for that. But of course, part of the reason why I want to use Laios specifically is because I want him to be in front so that he can block Trimaw and get use out of intimidation tactics. But yes. So, I suppose Laios does only block 1, so as long as he is blocking Trimaw, then we shouldn't be in any sort of trouble with him not being able to block other units. Or with him blocking other units when we don't want him to, rather. But yes, once again, Fire Whistle is very valuable. I think she offers a lot to the team. I don't think we need as many defenders as we have, though. And once again, we haven't been heavily reliant on her, I suppose. And I'm certainly not opposed to using 3-star or 5 stars or 6 stars even, but I want to avoid that being the way I solve problems, basically. is what I was more trying to get at. I think I may have spoken in a way that implied that I look down upon the use of 6 stars or 5 stars in general. I most certainly do not. I just don't want to use it as sort of the one-size-fits-all solution, basically. Because, if we want to simply do a lot of damage very quickly, Kirin R. Yato is an incredibly good way to do that. And we have used her for that purpose many times before. But I don't want to readily use her for that purpose, essentially. Anyway, so now to get to the things that I was actually thinking about. I was thinking about using a summoner supporter, either Deep Color or Mire. Mire would probably be better in general, but I don't know. I think actually, okay. I don't think either of them are able to get their summons back up without being promoted. Yes. Yeah, she wouldn't be able to... Yeah, Visual Trap doesn't give summons back. Visual Trap doesn't give summons back. Bionic Device doesn't give summons back because it's a passive. But yes, summoner operators, if you aren't familiar, they're able to summon a certain number of sort of sub-units. Yes, weaker units that they can just place on melee tiles. But they aren't necessarily inherently able to get them back. We do have a summoner who can, but she's a 6-star, so I'm not necessarily heavily inclined to use her. But yes. Upgrading her will allow her to explode her robotters to recall them. But that's not quite what I'm looking for. Because what I was hoping to use a summoner for was to use them to distract the slug eaters. Yes, these flytrap creatures. Yes, I want to distract the slug eaters with them. And, the slug eaters, when they encounter a unit, they simply start eating it, basically. Yeah, they start eating it, and they will continue to eat it for an extended period of time. And when they eat a unit, they're simply removed immediately. So the thought that I had was to use summons for that purpose, to distract it and keep it in place once we get to that part of the mission, because otherwise it will just simply immediately and unstoppably eliminate our backline eventually, if we give it enough time to do so. I'm realizing now that there seems to be a pit there. That might be worth looking into at some point, for some purpose. But anyway. So, the slug eaters are a problem, and they're a problem that we're going to have to solve in some capacity. Yeah, again, using summons is not the only way to solve that problem, but I think it's probably the best way, at least the best way that I have access to. In theory, we could use rapid redeploy operators, but the issue with that is that the slug eaters, once they have eaten a unit, the unit is unusable until such time as the slug eater finishes digesting them. Yeah, only then does the unit go on cooldown, and up until that point, they are not deployable. Yes, I assume that's probably a feature that specifically exists to counteract the use of rapid redeploy operators. But yeah, anyway, so summons are good because we can just put them down and not have to worry about losing them because they are very expendable. But again, we don't have any summoners who can get an infinite number of summons at this point, at least not ones that I want to use right away. We do, however, have a non-summoner who can do something similar. Yes, Beanstalk here is able to generate summons, and she's also able to generate DP. Yeah, I'm thinking I might replace Myrtle with her, incidentally. That was another thought that I was having. Yes, it kind of overlapped with my thoughts on my thoughts about summons. But anyway, Beanstalk is another decent choice, I think. Yeah, probably the most... not the most flexible choice, because unlike a summoner, she can only put her summons in her attack range, whereas a summoner could put them anywhere. Thus, we would be able to, in theory, put the summoner in any given location and then have their summon somewhere else. But, yeah, it's an interesting thought, an interesting question of what we want to prioritize. But yeah, putting her near where the Slug Eater will spawn will put her in more danger, is part of the issue. Yeah, I don't know. I do think it's worth it. I do think it's worth it to try at least. So, Beanstalk on the team. I wonder if Beanstalk is an English voice. I don't remember. He does not. Alright, Beanstalk. So yes, once again, Gummy and Cruz, I think, are serving their purpose well. Gravel could be useful, but I don't know that she's necessarily useful given what we already have going for us. Fire Whistle? I don't know. I'm kind of reluctant to part with Fire Whistle, primarily on the grounds that she is one of the few units that we have that is able to attack at a range that the berry slugs, these fellows right here. Yeah, she is one of the few units that we have that is able to attack at a range that will yeah, basically the berry slugs, when they are attacked, will stun all allied units within a certain range of them. So that makes them difficult to deal with in melee. So yes. So again, Fire Whistle is one of the few units that we have, the only one that I've seen so far, honestly. Yeah, one of the few units that we have that is able to both activate them and deal with them just from her attacks alone. Yeah, if they do not get defeated within a certain amount of time before being, a certain amount of time after being activated, they will then run away, basically. And we need to defeat berry slugs for a certain part of the mission, for the second dish, so to speak. So just allowing them to run away is definitely a problem. Granted, using more than one unit attacking them could potentially solve that problem for us, but it's not necessarily a reliable solution. So yes, it's not as reliable a solution as Fire Whistle. Yes, as for other medics, Honeyberry was good earlier, but we don't have a tremendous amount of space that needs to be covered by her, so I think we could probably be better served by switching over to another medic. Yes, the width of her range I don't think is as big of a value add at this point, so instead it'd be more useful to switch to a unit that simply heals more. And I think that Onsol is probably a pretty decent choice for this, simply because he is able to heal multiple units every now and then. Yes, it's not a huge chance, but it's a pretty decent one.
Ready whenever.
Yes. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm not sure about Gravel. She's definitely useful. She definitely has the potential to be, at least. But I don't know that she's necessarily the unit that we want to use. Yeah. So again, we did get through the first what's the word I'm looking for? We got through the first part of the mission without too much difficulty. Now we're just trying to figure out what we want to do for the second meal. Yeah, we're trying to decide what we want to do for the second meal. And again, we need to deal with the berry slugs, because that's what we need for the second part. So yeah, anyway, I'm thinking Shiryuki could be a pretty decent option. Yeah. More or less why I'm thinking of a AoE sniper is the fact that we can use them to attack multiple units at once, so even if they aren't specifically attacking the berry metal slugs, they'll still be providing some damage on them if they just happen to be in range. Yeah, because part of the issue is we don't necessarily want our snipers to be hard focused on Tri-Maw, because we don't expect to or intend to kill Tri-Maw, at least not in the early stages of the mission. And if our snipers start attacking Trima, probably they're not going to stop. So, yes, at least not until Trima moves on. Which, again, we need to kill things other than Trima in order for Trima to be fed and us to make it to the next phase. So that's sort of where the issue comes from. That's it. Yes, otherwise I'm not 100% sure yet. I think we'll try out what we have here, and then we'll sort of see where it goes from there. We'll make more adjustments as it becomes obvious that we need to, basically. So yes, so I don't recall precisely where we put our units last time and all of that. I do remember that we had this to get through. Yes, no way to skip this. Only a very limited capacity to speed through it. Anyway, so, Chill Chuck. Yes, we want Chill Chuck on the field. And if we deploy Beanstalk like so, then we're not in a great position. Because yes, the Slug Eaters will come from this side here, move through here, and I haven't really seen where they go from there. I don't know if they go down here or if they go up or down or anything like that. But I do know that they come from here and go this way. And so, essentially what I'm trying to do, what I would ideally like to do, is find a place to put Beanstalk that puts her as far away from there as possible, while still being able to cover that ground. But, again, that just might not be an option, really. Yeah, one way or the other. Oh, I didn't need to put her there, but... Okay, so that is undeniably a pit. So that's useful to know. As for Perfumer, another question is where we want to put her. I think putting her as far back as we can is probably for the best. This way we can get some healing on Chill Chuck also. I waited a little bit longer than I should have to use Chill Chuck's skill there, but it is what it is. Yes. Laios is where he needs to be, I think. Gummy is in a decent position too. Yeah, she can supplement our need for HP. Alright, so... Oh, right, we can already summon one of these. Yes, that won't necessarily help us at this point, but we can do it. Alright, Laios. Alright, we're not getting as much... Actually... This is a little bit of a problem now that I look at it. Alright, Chill Chuck, if you would be so kind. Alright, this one at least should be added to the pot. There we go.
That's fine with me. Come on, chin up.
Actually, I was thinking about having Senshi further back, but maybe putting him further forward is actually what we want. Yes, Laios is receiving enough healing that he's not actively dying, so that's good. Yes, that much I can appreciate. Yes. Alright, we need to wait for, there we go, some more slugs to arrive. Yes, the exact circumstances that we put down Screws into might not be ideal. We might want to put another unit down to start picking out those slugs. Because yeah, Beanstalk is simply dying here. And she isn't covering any, honestly, I don't know why I thought to put her there in the first place, because she's not doing anything yet. The Slug Eaters won't show up for quite some time. Yes, I think there's more to be gained from having Shiryuki down here. Yes. This should be good. It should be better, at least. Yeah, having more units on the field is something of a problem in its own right, because that means that we're going to have more units who need to be healed. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, and now that we have Shiryuki's skill up, we can use that the next time a group of slugs comes down the lower lane. Yes, I know that the HP depletion from hunger will increase over time, but I don't know to what degree it does. Okay, actually, yeah, Shiryuki's a really good choice for this. I should have used her a long time ago. Okay, Laios has just gone down, which is less than ideal. But we should be... well, no, we're not ready to cook yet. Okay, I think that we are slowly losing this battle.
First aid boxes for medication is here. Take it.
Alright, Shellchuck should be ready momentarily.
Anyone hungry?
Okay, even without using her skill, we are getting more food now that Shiryuki is on the field. It's not perfect, but it's definitely an improvement.
Yes. Come on, chin up.
Alright, we're almost there. If we can get one more, I think we can start cooking. But we can't get one more because of a slight confusion of priorities there. Unfortunate. Dummy is surviving pretty well. Granted, honestly, that's kind of to be expected, considering that surviving pretty well is kind of the... Oh, we are losing HP pretty rapidly at this point. Yes. Okay. So, can we get this done before Daima gets into place? I'm not super... Okay, there we go. That's not going to be enough, though. Well, okay, maybe it would have been. Okay, we're fine. So yes, that solves part of our problem. We're going to start going hungry again, but the problem isn't as bad as it was. We have lost most of our defenders, though, which is a problem in itself, but yeah, definitely we don't want to let this go on for too long. Yeah, we've never gone so long without cooking that the lack of cooking was a major factor before.
Ready.
Alright, Shiryuki is not going to be of much good in this particular setup. I don't know that Marcial is going to be either, necessarily, but it's better than nothing. So yes. Marcial is actually attacking Daima, which we don't want. So yeah, case in point.
Yes. Stay calm, my friend.
So, if we...
Anyone hungry?
Oh dear. Alright, so this is one of the slug eaters. So we need to be able to deal with them.
Some of my specialty.
But I don't know how to do that, in short.
There's the enemies.
Yeah, this golem is an issue.
There you are.
I'm kind of curious how it happened that it... Oh, hold on. Right, okay. Beanstalk actually worked out a lot better than I expected.
There you are.
I wonder if I had deployed Marcial in a better way or at a better time. I wonder if that would have made a difference. Yeah, the Slug Eater actually doesn't need additional Yeah, Beanstalk can just cover that ground on her own, just completely. Because the slug will just keep coming back. I forgot about that. So yeah, so that's good to know. Granted, we don't necessarily want her around all the time. This is bad. Why are you... Oh, right, because I'm... Yes, now I know why you're attacking, because you're facing in the direction where the enemies are. Makes sense.
Understood.
Alright, anyway. So, now we need to place our... Okay. Alright, so let's back up and try this again with what we've learned.
It's too bad we didn't win, but I won't let it discourage me.
So yes. So, Beanstalk is perfectly able to hold that lane all on her own. No, like, not even the slightest amount of effort needs to be put in once she's on the field and the crab is on the ground. Yeah, she will be able to take out that creature all on her own. No trouble. Yes, so that is good to know. That saves us a lot of potential trouble. Yes, I'm kind of curious how we should go about setting up the... Whoops. How we should go about setting up for the golem. Because that thing is going to be something of a problem. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting Beanstalk here. Yeah, and having her back up Cruz. As part of the issue there was that we were having Cruz, you know, attack the creatures over there, which we didn't want. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that we don't want the golem there, but I don't think it was providing us that much value. Yes, Perfumer isn't... Actually,
Yes?
I was thinking about putting her facing right so that she could cover some of this territory, but that's a hole. So, she doesn't need to heal the hole. There's nothing that she can do to heal it, unfortunately. Anyway. So yes. So, Laios, I think, is still a pretty good choice for here. Yeah, she's still he is still a pretty good choice for here. Not necessarily the optimal one, but I think he's good. Dummy in front is not necessarily good or bad, I don't think. But perfectly fine. Do we want to do something like this, maybe? I wonder. This would actually possibly be good. Because, yeah, that allows us to have more opportunity to attack the creature while it's low on health. Okay, that's not bad. And yeah, spreading out our medics like this actually does give us some benefit, because it will make it so if, or rather when, probably, when more so than if, the Trimaw does some exploding. Yeah, it won't necessarily hit all of our medics all at once. This explosion, yeah, is going to take out Beanstalk, which is not great, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, as long as the rest of these aren't taken out in too quick succession, we can still... Oh. I did forget about Shellchuck dying slowly over there. Alright, we can't afford for... Yeah, we can't afford for Shiryuki to get confused there.
Yes?
Yes, this can reduce the strain. Okay. Shiryuki is, again, not necessarily prioritizing targets as I would like her to.
What's the battle plan?
Yeah, we should have placed Earth Spirit facing the other way. I think this is still salvageable, but it maybe won't be if Cruz takes too much damage for too long.
Very well. Exterminate.
Yes. between Shiryuki and Earth Spirit, these enemies should be pretty slowed. As long as Shiryuki attacks the things that we want her to, which is not guaranteed. Alright. Quicksand conversion can slow everything, at least. Which helps, but doesn't fix the problem. With Senshi here, we can at least prevent crews from being exploded. But we are still getting hungrier. And yeah, the situation is not improving rapidly. Alright, Shiryuki, please. Still, we need to get cooking sooner rather than later. Yes, I suppose I panicked a little bit, and that's part of the problem here. Whoops. Part of the problem here. Because yes, I had assumed that. Yeah, I hadn't really been thinking about where I wanted to deploy my units. It was the issue. And yeah, now Beanstalk is attacking things we don't want her to attack. Alright, we're getting there. It's very slow, but we are getting there. Laios has gone down, but he wasn't necessarily the end-all be-all of our strategy either. I suppose there wasn't much reason to do that, but no reason not to either, I suppose. Yes. Alright, now Senshi has gone down, which is very bad. Alright, we're getting close to being able to cook. But we did just lose our last defender. We can deploy Fire Whistle, but I think that's kind of a... Okay, we're cooking. Okay, we're good. Alright. So, I think we want to really change up our situation here. Probably we want to redeploy crews too, honestly. Yes, Laios should be able to hold for now. Yes, we probably shouldn't have deployed him this early, to be honest, but it is what it is. Let's see. Let's try the strategy that I was thinking of putting an AoE unit here to attack these. I don't think Shiryuki has the power on her own to deal with this, so we probably want to use two. Alright. Marcial is now confused, which is unfortunate. Yeah, Shiryuki is not able to cover this lane by herself either. If we had placed Onsol a little bit better, we could have also had him... Well, no, he wouldn't have been able to heal Beanstalk either. Alright. Alright. Slug Eater. Alright. Now that the creature has moved, we are actually in a better situation. If the golem goes somewhere where we don't want it, that could make things worse. But I think we're in trouble, actually. Never mind. So now we need to move Gummy. Possibly we also want to have Earth Spirit on call to slow slow Trimoth. Okay. Well, actually, with where we put her, she can't do a lot of slowing of anything at all, but... Fire Whistle. You don't want Senshi here. I guess Chill Chuck over here? Oh no, oh dear. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, let's use this, because we hadn't used it. Alright, Beanstalk's gonna get eaten, which is gonna remove 2 units. Okay, and we have failed this stage. We don't necessarily need to give up at this point. But, as it turns out, having... Yeah, okay. So our AoE units don't have the DPS that they need for this, it turns out. And I guess, honestly, using AoE was probably not the best option there either. Because, yeah, we don't want to activate more than one at a time if we can avoid it, actually, now that I think about it. Because that just means they're going to start running away faster. So yes, having more low-cost defenders could be good. Or potentially having, well, we might actually want to put Gravel back, just in case. Because yes, she would be able to be redeployed as we need to stop, Trimaw. And she can survive quite a while. I don't know if Shadow Assault or Rat Swarm would be better. I think Shadow Assault probably would be in this case.
You want to go together?
Yes. So, with the pit there, yeah, there's not a whole lot that we can do to heal our units. Yeah, not a whole lot that we can do to heal our units if we want to put Perfumer, like, here. We could put Onsel here, facing that way, and be able to heal that way. But healing over on that side wasn't actually a problem at any point, really. So I really didn't need to worry about it. But yes, so we've gathered some information so far. Again, we can get through phase 1 very consistently. And we're pretty close to being able to get through phase 2. I probably should have switched to a single target sniper now that I think about it. But anyway, one way or the other, what we have is what we have, so let's work with that. So, I think, honestly, we might just want to put Cruz and Beanstalk like so. Yeah, just to make sure that they will spend as much of their uptime as possible attacking things that we want them to attack. But yes, as soon as we can, we want to get a medic on the field, and by a medic I mean Perfumer, specifically. Yeah, Perfumer's passive healing for everyone on the stage is just immensely valuable. You know, I hadn't really thought of it, but being able to deploy... Yeah, being able to deploy... What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, being able to block Trimaw whenever we want to would also be really valuable. Yeah, that was something that had just completely slipped my mind as a possibility. So yeah, Cruz is occasionally shooting the wrong target, but she's mostly doing good. Yes, Chilchuck can't necessarily be relied upon to take these fellows out, but he's not doing terrible. Alright, we need more healing though. Yes, and we want... I don't know that we want Senshi here specifically, but he is here now, so we're going to live with the fact that he is. Yes, Trimaw isn't too dangerous at this juncture, and Senshi shouldn't kill the explosive slugs fast enough that it becomes a major problem. It might still be a problem to some degree, but it won't be a huge problem, especially now that we can activate monster meals for many. Alright, so let's get this cooking. again, we don't want the explosive slugs exploding too frequently. They aren't so far, which is nice. Okay, we're adding to the pot at a reasonable rate. We've even got room to spare. We did just lose Cruz, though, which could be a bit of a disaster. Yeah, no, I don't think we can justify having Earth Spirit out in such a way that she could potentially accidentally attack the normal slugs in the back. Yeah, that is simply untenable. Yeah, honestly, Ifrit could probably be good here. Yeah, Ifrit, or potentially a Centurion Guard. Anything to that effect. Alright, we're almost there, so we don't necessarily need to worry too much. Everyone's still getting healed at a pretty respectable rate. Yes, we might want to switch out Beanstalk, though. Because as much value as she's giving us, we do want her to be able to block on the other side as soon as we can. Alright, let's activate Fine Blending.
Medication is here.
Console, or Cruz. Okay. Quicksand Conversion would probably be better in this case, just to be able to slow everything. Yes. Okay. Yeah, Drymaw isn't getting through our defenses anytime soon. Not to say that she couldn't, but they aren't right now, at least. Anyway, so we've had another phase get by us. We shouldn't need to take out more of these slugs, though. Or not many more, anyway. There we are. So, now that we have set the pot a cooking, let's retreat all of our units that we can spare. Alright, so, phase 2. If we put Beanstalk here, then we can't attack these Slug Eaters, which is unfortunate. Honestly, we might just want to put a pull operator, like, here, just to pull them into the pit. Anyway. Where else would be good? You know, the problem is with Ansel where he is. With Ansel where he is, we can't heal her. Granted, she doesn't necessarily need to be healed very much, but... Anyway. So, we need some way to deal with these slugs. I don't think Cruz quite has the DPS for it.
Roger.
But, we could potentially make her have the DPS for it. If we skew this properly. We could force the issue. Well, I guess this isn't improving her DPS as much as it is giving everyone else... Or it's not even giving anyone else DPS, it's just changing the DPS total. Anyway. So this golem, as long as it doesn't go and attack any of our units, is fine, basically. Gravel. Okay, Gravel did not do what I needed her to do. Unfortunate, but such is life. Deploy like so. Undeploy Gravel. Yes. I think Cruz could be good here to make sure that we don't get more than one Slug Eater, because if we do get more than one Slug Eater, we have kind of lost. Alright. Marcial should be able to... Yeah, Marcial and Shiryuki together should be enough to keep this slug situation under control. But maybe not, actually. Prima, yeah, is going to yell again. We need to stop Trimon now. We cannot afford anything less.
Any orders for me?
I guess we probably should have moved Chip or Senshi back earlier, but, you know, whatever. Gravel is doing a pretty remarkable job here. Granted, she can't keep it up forever. But yeah, okay. I think, yeah. We've seen it enough. We've seen it enough that we should...
We will return the favor.
We've seen it enough to know that we just cannot necessarily justify using AoE operators in that particular instance. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah, at least not in the way that we're using them. Shirayuki would probably be better. I don't know that any of our other operators would be substantially better than or substantially more apt for this than any others. Jessica's pretty good, has good DPS. Arknights, let's see. No, Jessica would definitely have better DPS than Arknights, I think. Yeah, even without being very high level herself. There is a legitimate question between Jessica and Meteor. And I think we do want to go with Meteor, because then we can start to make use of her armor breaker when we get to the part where we need to kill the berry metal slugs.
Leave the long distance support to me.
So yes. So, with that... I'm kind of wondering if we want Laios in the role that we were having him. I think it could be good. It could be good. Because the thing about Laios is that while he isn't able to resist damage as well as other operators, you know, he's not a defender, so he doesn't specialize in defense to the same degree. Yeah, while he isn't able to withstand damage in the same way that, say, Gummy or Senshi can, if we're intelligent about how we use Gummy and Senshi, we don't necessarily need to worry about that so much. And honestly, I think that one thing I'm realizing is that we haven't really been making use of Beanstalk's skill at all, basically. I was mostly thinking of it as a way to refresh the crabs that she can summon, but we don't necessarily need to use it for that. Anyway.
I'm listening.
So yes, if we keep Laios within range of... I'm wondering. Would this be worth it? Probably not, but we can try it at least. Yes, as long as Laios is being amply supported, we don't necessarily need to worry about, okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold that thought. There we are. I don't know that he is going to survive this as well as we would like, but he isn't going to die immediately, which is the important part. He might not live, but he won't die now. Okay. Activate. Yes, so now Tri-Mob won't attack. Yes. The sooner we can get through... okay, no, we can't place Onsel there. Alright, we might want to think about using a wide-range medic again, actually. Alright, I don't think Meteor's necessarily giving us the value that we want in this role. Laios did go down. That was probably preventable, but we didn't prevent it, so... I suppose if we want sustainability, Senshi's first skill would probably be what to use. Yeah, I was thinking of using it to, again, refresh Marcial's skill, but we aren't getting much use out of Marcial anyway because we're not using her, so... Okay. Let's fail faster. Let's fail faster and just make revisions as we realize we're making mistakes, instead of just trying to see things through to the end. So yes, so we'll switch Senshi back to a meal for one. That way we'll get more food out of him. Yeah, or at least more, we'll get food out of him more often. But yes. Gummy's fine as she is, Perfumer. Meteor didn't really pull her weight there. I don't know. I don't think I can really blame that on Meteor. I think it's mostly just Mostly just the fact I'm not really deploying my snipers in a great way. Oops. That's it.
Everybody, let's
But
go.
yeah, if we could have Jessica for like the first part and then switch over to Meteor, that would probably be good, but I guess we could just put another sniper on the team, but... How would we want to deploy this to make it optimal?
The wind is blowing
I suppose
in
the
right
thing about it
direction.
is that Beanstalk doesn't attack, like her attack power isn't that great. Especially not compared to a lot of the snipers that we have. I don't know why I didn't put Chill Check out. Anyway. Yeah, don't worry about putting as many snipers on the field as early as we did, because we do want to have our medics on the field early. But yes, don't be afraid to not necessarily get as many kills as you potentially could out of Chill Check's skill, because we want other units on the field once again, like I was saying. So yes. So, I think Gummy in front. Gummy in front for reasons discussed. Maybe we should have waited. We should have waited, actually. Yeah, we definitely should have waited. Oh well. Yeah, no real reason to use Laios at this point. But that honestly could be a blessing in disguise, really. I think we'd want Earth Spirit here, actually.
I'm ready. Perfect chance.
Yeah, this maximizes the time that we spend attacking particular slugs. Unfortunately, we still, there's no way for us to guarantee that we're going to get specific slugs still, but better than nothing, but okay, Chill Chuck can get another, okay, no, never mind. I was going to say he can get another kill out of that, but it would seem that he can't, actually.
Stay calm, my friends.
I was thinking we could maybe get away with not deploying Onsel, but I think that's kind of dangerous. Case in point. Alright, so we do need these. Okay, I think we've just lost here, actually, because we're gonna lose. Oh,
Sorry. Did I
unfortunate.
mess up
Anyway,
again?
yes. So, yeah, with the losing the DPS race there, there was nothing we could really do. But yeah, I think that I'm overemphasizing Meteor just because she's new. But yeah, I think Cruz is still pretty reliable. She's going to have higher DPS in general.
Listen, everyone. Stay
I really wish I could skip this,
calm.
but I'm sure I've said that before. Alright, so maybe I'm not as prepared for this as I thought I was. But we're going to have a lot of time tomorrow, so... And so yeah, I was also, very much trying to avoid having Earth Spirit in such a way that she could potentially attack the slug behind us. But I think this is still going to give us the best odds.
There you are.
We might... I've been completely ignoring the rear there, but we might want to deploy someone there. Yeah, we might want to deploy someone there to make sure that it isn't getting overrun. Oh, no, actually, yeah, okay.
Please hold on.
Yeah, make sure it isn't getting overrun. Because yeah, if the issue is just in slugs being where we don't want slugs, then yeah, killing those slugs will make those slugs not be there. Or rather, the issue isn't slugs being there. The issue is our units targeting the slugs that are there. Yes, Gummy isn't quite able to keep up on her own, I don't think.
Push forward, Commander!
We can't really...
Stay vigilant.
No, because, yeah, she's going to attack
Awaiting your orders.
Prima. This is probably even worse, actually. So, yeah. So I guess, yeah, we do want Trima attacking Laios. We do want Trima attacking Laios, because that's going to... Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. Again, we might simply, again, be at a point where we just aren't doing damage fast enough, and so the problem... The most effective and efficient way to solve the problem would probably just be to do damage faster by having higher levels. Yeah, again, I don't know. I don't know if I've talked about it in too much detail, but sort of the bulk of the reason why I try to avoid just leveling up my units is because, you know, it's something that can't be reversed. And sort of I guess the fear that I have is that if I'm not careful, I will level up my units to the point where it's no longer, you know, I can't, yeah, I will level up my units to the point where they are, like, too good, basically, and I won't have enough low-level units to make things a fair challenge. But honestly, I probably don't need to worry about that. Probably I'm just overthinking it. So yes. I did let those... Whoops. I don't think I want to put Laios there. I want to put Laios here. Actually, no, I don't want to put Laios here, because if I do that, then Senshi's going to be out of healing range. But I've already done it, so... It is what it is.
Please hold on.
So yes. So, we want Gummy on the field as soon as we can get her. And right now is when we can get her. Yeah, so again, I wasn't as focused on getting kills with Chill Chuck immediately, because I wanted to more focus on getting DP. And of course, the two aren't necessarily mutually exclusive, but still.
I'm listening.
Alright.
I'm ready.
This could still be good, honestly.
That's my specialty. Let fragrance revive your mind.
Alright. I think we want to use intimidation tactics on cooldown, more or less.
Wind is blowing in the right direction.
Anyone hungry? Awaiting your order. Medication is here. Take it.
Alright. So, with all this, we should probably be able to take out
Here's something.
enough slugs. Maybe not. Don't forget to use... Oh? Oh no. Okay, yeah, it is a braid.
Linda.
Alright, we're doing okay. But the problem is that we just aren't quite... Yeah, we aren't quite getting it done. Oh dear. Alright, well... Yeah, I think we might want to try what I was thinking of and just killing some of these slugs on the right.
Here's something. How do you like this then?
Do we have a good way to... Or, Is this, like, sufficient? I don't know. Oh, actually, yes. Marcial is more than sufficient. Okay. So yeah, we could have been covering a lot more ground a lot sooner. And she can heal herself. Okay, Marcial? Yes, please explode things. Thank you. Alright, so this hasn't substantially improved our situation.
First aid box is ready. Medication is here. Take it.
I feel like this has just been getting worse over time, honestly.
Yes, come on, chin up.
Alright. One more coming. Yeah. Again, I very much underestimated Marcial there. We're still not quite getting the slugs killed, though. Okay. Again, we just need to get through this faster.
Sorry. I'll fight harder next time.
So yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. Yeah. Because the problem is just that things are moving too quickly for us to kill them in the time allotted. So, let's see. Meteor. We'll put you up to 50, let's say.
Archery requires constant practice. No one can afford to slack off for even one day.
And I think we'll just max out the levels of our delicious and dungeon operators, because I was going to do that at some point anyway, I'm sure. But yeah. I don't know. Because again, I was sort of thinking that there was a substantial risk of invalidating the challenge in the game, but I don't think that I really am going to. Because it's not like I can't make things more challenging by just other means. Like, you know, there are challenge modes, I can just use fewer units, things like that. Yeah. I think I'm just putting too many self-imposed challenges on me for my skill level right now, is the issue. And I just don't have the amount of game knowledge that I need to back it up, basically. So yes. So the changes we've made I don't think they're going to make a huge difference at this point. I think probably still one of the bigger changes that we could make would be to use May. Because again, being able to slow enemies while being a sniper is kind of her thing. So, or Pinecone. I just remembered Pinecone. She can do a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. She might be worth using, even just as is. Yes, we can't improve upon Cruz because she is already perfect. I suppose we could have leveled up Perfumer, but she is providing plenty of value as is. Alright. So, Chill Chuck. I suppose we don't necessarily... Well, no. We want to put Chill Chuck down early so that we can get DP early. Or not Cruz. Perfumer. I don't know that Perfumer is necessarily a great choice for this either, but I put her down already, so. Alright, Laios, as discussed, is good for what we have discussed. Will this be... No, this will not be enough on its own. At least not because... Yeah, the issue is Chillchuck then got distracted by the other unit he was blocking. Do we want... Actually, who has more defense out of Gummy and Senshi? Senshi by a long shot, okay.
Yes? Ready to heal.
Alright, so, Cruz, as discussed.
Sleep on the job.
Yes, the next go around should be better for this. Do we want to start dealing damage to those slugs up there? I don't think we see much value out of that, honestly. So we're not going to worry about it. Let's see if we can get the value I was looking for out of Pinecone.
Here's something yummy for you.
Because yes, she can hit everything within this area. Everything within her area.
Yes, come on, chin up.
Now, I was always wondering what that 6 out of 7 was, considering that there was only one enemy that we needed to deal with, as far as I could tell. Actually, no, we want to wait until there's more in her range. Yes. That's better. Not perfect, but it's better.
Awaiting your
Oh
orders.
dear. No, okay. I was thinking that Senshi was low on HP there, but no, he's fine. I was mistaking the shadows of the edges of the building up there for a low HP bar. But no, Senshi is doing great for HP, actually. Alright, Pinecone's doing good. Yes. Yes. Honestly, I think Pinecone was the biggest game changer here. I guess we probably should have waited until... Yeah, we could have killed more. But yeah, anyway, Pinecone's very good, actually, as expected. Great job.
Yes.
Oops. Oh, okay. Laios has the skill active. Cruz is going to die here, but... You know, there's worse things in the world.
I'll stay vigilant.
Cruz dying here just means that she can be deployed again sooner. It's a net positive if you really think about it. Anyway. Yes, this next batch will be fine. Honestly, we don't even need Meteor. Okay, there we go. So, let's start finishing, or, yeah, start resetting this. Yeah, for right now,
Yes.
I think we want to focus on buying some time, because we don't necessarily need to start cooking immediately.
Medication is here. Take it.
Yes. We do want to start cooking before too long, but we don't really need to worry about it. Okay, Laios did go down, which is less than ideal, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, Trimont is getting a little bit angry there, so maybe we should be kind of careful. Alright, so. Now, we've more or less reset. We do still have to deal with these slugs, though. Cruz could be a good way to deal with them. I think what we want to do... No, actually, never mind. I was going to say we could put Pinecone like so and have her deal the DPS to take out the... Yeah, take out the berry slugs, but she can't... She doesn't have enough range to not also get stunned by them. Yeah, actually... Yeah, we want to put Senshi, or whoever we're having block. It won't be Senshi in this case, but we want to put our blocker further back. And that means we want to redeploy Cruz also. Because basically we want to make sure that whoever is shooting these slugs isn't also shooting Trimaw, is the issue. Does Meteor have the power on her own? We shall see. No. No, because she gets distracted. Unfortunate, but we all get distracted sometimes, I guess. Alright. You can take out one, which is less than ideal, but... Actually, we could hold these at bay to an extent with just fruit, but that is also contingent on us being able to generate the fruit. Gummy is going to block the golem here, which we don't necessarily want, because that's going to have implications for our tactical situation.
Awaiting your medication is here. How do you like this, son?
Honestly, we might have wanted to redeploy Lyo sooner. Is there some way we could do this? I don't think so. Especially not like this. Yeah. That being said, okay, I guess I was wrong about Pinecone, actually, because she's doing great work, actually. So yeah. It turns out the solution was Pinecone the whole time. Alright, so the lesson that we've learned is that the solution to our problems is Pinecone. Maybe not all of them, but that was a good showing of some very, very good use from her.
Everybody, let's go.
Yes. Yeah, if we had switched to Pinecone a lot earlier, we would have had a lot of, a much better degree of success there. And so yeah, again, that's a pretty stark demonstration, I think, of what I'm talking about when I say that I really don't have the level of Arknights knowledge. I don't have the level of knowledge of the game to be able to think of very powerful strategies and such. Because yeah, again, we've had Pinecone this whole time. She's fit all of my criteria for a unit that I would like to use. So there's been no reason not to use her. But I just never thought of using her because I just didn't think of her. Yeah, despite her being a unit that we have used to great effect earlier. Yeah, and that's just kind of how it is sometimes. Alright. So, we want to deploy Senshi now, I think. I don't know that we necessarily need Gummy immediately, and we might actually be better served with not.
Yes?
Oh. No, I do think we need more healing sooner.
Please hold on. That's fine. Stay calm, my friend.
Fine with me too. Yes, given that there is a time factor here, we might want to use Beanstalk a little bit more aggressively than we've been using her. No, that will not be enough still. But we are going to have Pinecone. And Pinecone, as we have established, just massively improves our situation in every way. So, Pinecone. Okay, Laios, again, use your ability on cooldown.
Take it.
And yeah, not a whole lot else to comment on, I don't think. Just deploy more units and make things be dead. Alright. Once we get more running slugs going... Yes, okay. Okay. Yeah. Again, Pinecone is just a huge game changer. Just no two ways about it. Yeah, it's interesting that Intimidation Tactics doesn't stop attacks that are already going. Yeah, it doesn't stop attacks that are already in progress. It just prevents attacks from starting. So yeah, now I can see the cluster of slugs. Alright. I think now that we have Pinecone, we might actually want to use an AoE operator.
Yes? How do you like this, son? Here's something yummy
Alright.
for you. First aid box is clear.
Alright. Yeah, so once we get through this next wave, I think we'll have what we need. Cruz may or may not survive until the next wave, but, you know, we'll see. Yeah. So. Alright.
Here's something
There we go.
yummy for you.
There we go. Just a few more slugs and we'll be golden, I think. Alright, that was not quite perfect timing, but it went very well. Okay. You leave. You leave. You leave. Honestly, we might want to redeploy some of our defenders as well.
Rice was my specialty.
I don't necessarily know that we do, though. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a late stream, but
Rice was my
again, there's worse things in the world than that.
That's fine with me.
Hmm.
Awaiting your orders.
Part of the problem now, though, is that we don't have a way that we can deploy.
Push forward,
We can't deploy pine cone. What's the word I'm looking for? What is the word I'm looking for? I can't at all think of what I'm trying to say here.
This is the shot.
Oh, yes, we can't deploy pine cone such that she is within range of any of our medics is part of the problem here. Alright, I think all of these slugs are, yeah, ready. Or no, they aren't stunned. Okay, well, next go around. Yes, pine cone really is the ultimate life form. Anyway, so this won't necessarily solve our problem, but it should reduce the severity of it. Alright, I don't care that much if the golem gets past us. I do care, actually. I do care that it's there. Because we are having issues. But Meteor is now doing the unthinkable and making life harder for Pinecone. So that is utterly unacceptable. But even so, Pinecone prevails. Yes. Now we want to redeploy Senshi. We probably should have redeployed him earlier, to be honest, but yes, we've got another Slug Eater on the field, but we've also got a lot of berries. That should be able to solve the worst of the Slug Eater problem. That can solve the problem of Daima here. I almost wonder if we could maybe find some sort of some other unit that could be good here. Part of our problem here now is that Pinecone is dying, which is a very big problem. Alright. Okay, we're cooking. There we go. Alright, and not a second too soon, either. Alright, I don't know how the beanstalk situation is going to shake out, honestly, but... Hold on, are they both? They're both trying to eat that same crab, actually. So that's interesting. Interesting. So, now we have a new crab problem. Okay. Oh, let's see. How does this Oh, okay. So retreating them does still cause our unit to get exploded, which is not great.
The medication is here. Take it.
How are these crabs going to go? They're going to go from the other side. I don't know where the slug eaters are going to go, though. That's part of the issue here. What am I doing? Fine cone. Like so. Okay, well. So this might just not be... Might not be the strat. Is there anything else we can do to slow or stun the creature? It seems like not. We could get a more favorable result here. Let's see. How many skill points do we need? 70. Yeah, the issue is just I don't know how to deal with the berry metal crabs. Alright, what's our situation now? Oh. Alright. Okay, that was something, I guess. Victory? I guess? Well, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I'll take what I can get. That's an interesting situation. I guess we just need to survive 3 rounds, basically. So as long as we feed it once, we're good. Yeah, very strange. I mean, I guess it's not strange, but... Honestly, I'm kind of at a loss here. I guess we, won, so I shouldn't be upset, but... I don't know, it didn't feel like a win, to be honest. Oh well. That's it. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I guess, given our issues with berry metal crabs in the past, honestly, I should maybe just take this, because I don't think there's anything else I could do. I don't think I can... Because, yeah, we just don't have the ability to do enough true damage or enough of anything else to be able to really solve this. Unless, and this would be very funny, but unless it were possible for me to push berry metal crabs into the pit and still get their ingredients, which I had thought about. I had thought about it, but I didn't say it because I thought, obviously, that shouldn't work, right? But we don't have any reason to believe it wouldn't work, honestly. We don't have any reason to believe that it would work, but we don't have any reason to believe that it wouldn't work. Yeah. Anyway. What magic should I use here? It feels like no matter what I go for, it'll hurt Kay. Please, help me keep her still. I'll calm her down. Easy for you to say, but she's being a real terror without a leash. Senshi, do we still have any of that popcorn left over? Aye. Try throwing some of it for her to eat. Got it. Before he even finishes speaking, Senshi reaches into his sack for a ball of popcorn and lobs it at Keibe. Keibe stares at it as if entranced, her anger placated. I knew it. She's looking for something to eat. Maybe something she ate on her journey upset her stomach and made her this way. Since when do people turn into monsters when they get a stomach ache? Dr. Calcite once told me that Kay comes from a special bloodline, so that might actually be possible. Are you serious? Save the talk for later. Let's get her under control while she's distracted. You, with the sword. You, with the pot on your back. You two look strong. Let's hold her down together. Right. The three of them sneak behind Kaebe while she happily munches on popcorn. With all their might, they each grab one of her legs firmly. Unhappy howling. Now, Amiya. Got it. Come back to us, Kay. Don't be scared. You're safe at home right now. Pained howl. Amazing. I've never seen magic like that before. Look, Kay's back. Oh, thank goodness. Hey, are you all right? What happened? Like I was dreaming. Dreaming? Yeah. Bebe looks around her. The once neat and tidy room is now in utter shambles. Her hand is still curled around half a broken toy. I'm sorry. Vulcan said if I do something bad, I have to say sorry, and it looks like I did something bad. I was really hungry in my dream, and my tummy kept rumbling. And then I grew lots of heads, and I wanted to eat a whole bunch of things. All I had to do was eat until I was full, then I'd be real happy, and I'd come back here. Matterhorn, where's Vulcan? Has she noticed anything about Kay recently? I'll go ask her once we're done here. So, what should we do now with her? Oh, hungry again? Yep. I want to eat lots and lots. I was full in my dream, but now I'm hungry again. Hey, do you know of a monster with 3 heads? Of course I know. And what do you know about it? It doesn't just have 3 heads, it's got 1,000. Every time I want to eat lots and lots, I grow 10, 100, no, 1,000 heads. That's why I can never get enough. I've got 1,000 heads. You what? Well, as long as my tummy's full, I won't become like how I was just now. Well then, I'll cook you up a proper meal right away. We'll make an exception to the no snacks before a meal rule. You do need to bring her in for a medical exam, though. Now, friends from afar, why don't you take a stroll around Rhodes Island? This might be a bit much to ask, but I was hoping you could show off your cooking skills once more at mealtime. Sure, thanks. As for the other reason you sought us out, we might need some time to know your circumstances before we can figure out how to get you home. Oh, so what do we do now? I wouldn't worry too much. The doctor and Dr. Calcite might be able to find a way. Really? Yes. Whatever the case, you did help Kay, and your situation is rather peculiar. If you like, you can stay on Rhodes Island for a while. As our representative, allow me to welcome you all aboard. More newbies? What department are they under? Weird. Can't tell what race they are. They hide in their tails or something? I saw a young lady carrying a whole lot of crops just now. Mind showing me your farms here? Farms? You mean horticultural? Horticulture and hydroponics? That kind of thing? Follow me. You guys got a tavern here? Oh, so you're a Durin. Come on, it's this way. Do you have anywhere I could take a proper bath and comb my hair? Of course, dear. The dorms have all you need. Just follow me. Now we're going to have some interesting Laios moments, I imagine. Oh, such long rabbit ears. I wasn't able to get a good look at their capillary distribution last time. What a shame. Wow, they can adjust their position of their tails to maintain their balance. Ingenious. Imagine that, encountering a person with cat traits. Some clearly have feathers, but they have no wings. Can they fly? Ah, this place really is heaven. Oh, isn't he one of the new operators they were talking about? What is he doing? Did he get lost but feel too embarrassed to ask for help, so he's just standing there? Maybe. Should we go over and say hello? Hello. Do you happen to be... Do these birdmen lay eggs? If they're unfertilized, then can I see how one tastes? This many people on board, surely I can get a few. Can goatman hair be knitted into sweaters? The ones I saw earlier had bare arms, though. Doesn't seem like they grow wool. Shame. What I really want to know is, if a catman and a dogman have a child, would they be a cat or a dog? Or maybe they're half cat, half dog? Maybe the top hat is a cat, the bottom is a dog? Or maybe it's split left and right instead. What if it's with a birdman? Would they lay an egg that hatches into a cat? Laios letting the intrusive thoughts win. That is the entire plot of Delicious in Dungeon, basically. That is basically all Laios. That is like Laios 100% of the time. Maybe not 100% of the time. That's being a bit hyperbolic. Yeah. One thing that I've been wanting to talk about is that I really have enjoyed the fact that they've been portraying Laios very well. Like, they're getting his weird side, his monster-obsessed side, and his, intrusive thoughts side. But we are also seeing his, thoughtful, intelligent side. Because he is very much he's a very intelligent person who comes up with a lot of problems. Solves a lot of problems. He causes a lot of problems too, but anyway, they all do to a certain extent. Anyway, he solves a lot of problems. He's very observant, things like that. And I like that they let that part of his character shine through as well. It's not just, oh, Laios is the weird guy who likes monsters too much. Again, he is still that, for sure, but it's nice that they have both sides of him. Anyway, they lay an egg that hatches into a cat. Yeah. Curious operators collectively step back. Oh, hello. They collectively take another step back. Can I ask you a question? They collectively take yet another step back. What's going on here? Yes, the menace that is Laios. You lay eggs? Well, I know that I don't lay eggs. Oh, sorry. I was asking these bird library. Huh? Where'd they go? Why is everyone standing so far away from me? Amiya, that's him. That's the guy I was telling you about. He's no patient. He's one of those guests we found walking up on the deck. He's been asking us all sorts of dreadful questions over and over again. Huh? What sort of questions? He asked us if our children would be half cat, half dog. He asked if Liberia could lay eggs and if he could eat them. Monster hisses. Oh my, what a magnificent one. You're called Monster, right? Can I touch you? Monster lets out a piercing cry. Makes nimble motions. Whoa. Wow. How do you keep your hair so golden and shiny when you spend most of your time in a dangerous dungeon? Without any good hair care either. It's all because of how important hair is to a magician. I store some of my mana in it. Here, this is one of my favorite hair creams. It has perfume and herbal extracts mixed in. They'll keep your hair moisturized and protected. The only reason my hair is as sleek as it is now is thanks to frequent application. Wow, it smells great. If you'd like to change a pace in your hairstyle, I've got lots of braiding tips I can show you. Where do you think you're going? I was just... Whoa. What were you doing with my flames? I said, what were you doing with my flames? Roasting some chestnuts? Roasting some chestnuts? Yes, also. Hello, TVPG. I realize I didn't address you directly there, but yes, hi, good to see you. Roasting some chestnuts. Last driving the tractor gave me a bushel of raw ones, said they were the first harvest of chestnuts she managed to grow on Rhodes Island. You manage your farms well. Chestnuts make a mighty fine snack. They get soft and sweet after roasting, and their shells become easy to peel, too. Pity the fire coming off your body was too hot, ended up burning them all. I said I'd cook a meal for you, but I never expected to waste perfectly good ingredients like that. Real shameful behavior, if you ask me. Skyfire, please, calm down. Ah, Shaw, come quickly. Skyfire's catching fire again. Mister, please don't cook anything else on her, especially not those kebabs. Sit. Not half bad. Anyway, like I said, I'm not a Durin. Wait, you're not? So, you're a kid? Mind sitting down when we talk? I can't see your face. I am sitting down. You don't call him that for nothing. Care for another? My thanks. All the men here this tall, even Lio seems a bit short compared to you guys. This guy covered in silvery white hair. Lio saw him. I bet the only thing he could be thinking about is asking if he'd like some help combing it all. Whatever. A drinking party? Without me? I know it's been a while, but did all of you really forget to ask me? Hey, what's with the kid? Kids shouldn't be drinking. Yes, Laios really can't win here. Or not Laios. Chilchuck. Something smells really good. Maybe they finished cooking? Tasty food's here. Let's go! My back. Uh-oh, I hit someone. Sorry. The Vulcan told me if I ran into someone, I have to say sorry. Sorry, Mr. Beard. I ran into you because I was hungry. It's fine. Come help me put it all on the table. A meal made with the ingredients and memories given to us by the folks we met along the way. 'Tis done. Come, have a bite. Do they all taste like they did before? I wanted to ask earlier while we were preparing the ingredients, but why are we making the same dishes we had on our journey? Does repeating the same recipe make you feel better? That I can't say for sure. But if it's got the same taste, then I'll think back to the first time I had it, and what was going through my mind at the time. Like if I said scorpion hot pot, what's the first thought that comes to mind, Marcial? The first time I met you in the beginner's plaza. Walking mushroom feet are both edible and tasty with a unique aroma. Scorpions are a pain to cut into bits. What about that basilisk? You saying you had to cook the antidote herb with the chicken for that adventurer so it'd taste better. Basilisks are really cool. Marcial finally getting to eat that chicken she was craving. Then Mandrake. Very unique heads. Marcial and that big bat. We can skip over that one, okay? See? That's what I mean. Food is connected to memory. When you eat something you've had before, your brain automatically goes back to the other times you've had it. It's the same when I cook. I think of the people I first made the dish with. Why did we choose to make it? Did we learn anything new while preparing the ingredients? Any happy smiles after we were done eating? This way, the aroma and flavor can recreate the scene in your mind, bit by bit. As for the meal we're about to have, that gets to be a new memory, to be brought up during future dinners. Wow. You've always had a way with words, Senshi. Alright, enough prattle. Let's eat. chow time. Very nice, very nice. Wonderful. Oh, we've even got gummy here. Anyway. These carrots are perfect. Would you like to try some, Doctor? Ah. Speaking of the Doctor, I see that they are engaging in their favorite way of cooking. Are you sure you don't want any roast originium slug? Really? It's delicious. Not even one shell? Wow, can I really eat this? Of course. All of it? All of it. Yippee! You are so kind. Oh, right. Doctor, was it? Just noticed you there. While we were cooking, the operators told me you're often so busy with work that you forget to eat. And when you do remember, it's some hastily thrown together slop on top of unhealthy wake-me-ups or empty calories just to fill your stomach. Hardly what I'd call a good attitude to health. There's plenty of people worried about you. Yeah, that sounds like me. Maybe not me, but that sounds like Dr. Arknights me. Doctor, if you want to get strong, you need a good work-life balance. Eat 3 square meals a day and to get some exercise. Got that? Thanks for helping us out, Doctor. The same goes to everyone at Rhodes Island. I've made a lot of new friends here. Only Fallen were here too. After we're done eating, could you give us a detailed overview of this land? What? Why are you staring at me, Doctor? What? You want a drink? Well, it's not that you can't, it's just... Are you an adult yet? I really can't tell with that mask on. Oh, this is delicious. I need to note down the recipe. We've got to make it for Fallen once we save her. I'll have to tell her all about the journey we went on to save her, about all the lovely people we met along the way, and all the memories we made. I'm sure she'll love hearing about it.
I guess this was a bit of a letdown.
Alright, so, DT8 has been completed. Not quite as I was expecting, but we did make it happen. So, wow, it's late. It's very late. But I don't want to wait until tomorrow to share my thoughts, so we're going to go over them today. And probably we're just going to wrap up as soon as we can. I think I'll still do a raid, of course, but because yeah, that's not going to take too much extra time. But I can't stay for too long because I do need to be up for work tomorrow. So, I guess I don't know. I think I want to stay here because I want to keep the music on. Anyway, so the event, like I was saying with Laios, I like how he has been depicted as not just being kind of a joke character, as I feel like he is often sort of thought of, but, you know, as a person who has, you know, thoughts and feelings and can break down situations pretty well, honestly. Yes, he's not the leader of the party for nothing. Yeah, it's specifically highlighted in sort of some of the supplementary material that Laios is actually pretty intelligent. It's just that he, you know, his main sort of drawback, his main weakness is that he's not as invested in charisma, so to speak. He doesn't have great social skills, so he tends to just sort of say whatever he's thinking without considering how other people might perceive it, things like that. But yeah, so I liked negative charisma. Yeah, honestly. Yes, there's a lot of people in this series who are just really don't like Laios. Really don't like Laios specifically, just because he just is very unapologetically interested in monsters, and they think that is pretty weird. They think it is suspicious and things like that. Because who in their right mind would like monsters? Clearly. Anyway. Yes. So I like how they've done what they've done with Laios. I like the stages themselves. I mentioned that before, that they're not as focused on just sort of, you know, overpowering problems, but also on resource management and problem solving. Even this last stage was kind of an example of that. It's very funny. We could have gotten this done like an hour ago, probably, if I had known that you could just let, you didn't necessarily need to feed, Trimaw every single time. I'd assume that I guess, I don't know why I would assume that you would necessarily need to, yeah. I don't know. I assume that you would need to successfully feed Trimaw 3 times in order to get through the stage. But no, you just need to successfully feed Trimaw at least once. But yeah, so anyway, so that's basically exactly what I was saying. So it wasn't very hard to feed Trimaw precisely once. Doing so twice was more challenging, but three times was just kind of outside of our capability. Again, there's a strategy element to it, of me just not having all the information I could possibly have. Not having all the information I could possibly have wasn't part of the issue. Another part of the issue was just the fact that on that last part with the berry metal crabs, I just don't have any units that are capable of dealing with them in an efficient way. If I had more if I used more and more powerful medics, I probably could have kept our defenses up longer, possibly long enough for us to defeat enough berry metal crabs. I did look on the wiki, and you don't need to get 70 ingredients worth of berry metal crabs. It actually changes once Trimaw is off the field to 70, which is a little bit strange. But yeah. Anyway, when Trimaw is on the field in the final phase, they need like 42, I think, 42 ingredients worth of food for the pot to cook. Anyway, so yeah, if we had more medics and more powerful medics, and possibly if we just had our defenders higher level, we could have probably could have held out against Trimaw for longer and survived long enough to get through that final phase. But again, I think that a lot of that would still be contingent on us being able to kill the berry metal crabs, which is just not feasible with the units that I have. Because again, I think in order to do it, I'd really need to I'd need to have operators who are able to do either elemental damage or true damage. And I don't have any. I have one operator that can do elemental damage, but it's a robot operator, so they're not very strong. Yeah, pushers are good. Pushers are good. And again, there is the possibility, I don't know for sure, one way or the other. Yeah. I don't know if okay. Like with the berry metal crabs, we need to defeat them. We need to defeat them in order to get ingredients. But I don't know if pushing them into a pit works. There is a pit on the stage, but I don't know if that allows us to collect the ingredients. Because yeah, we can't just kill them. It does? Oh, okay. Then problem solved, I guess. Thank you. I had considered that, but I had assumed surely that wouldn't work. But yeah, with that knowledge, yeah, we could definitely do this, I think. Anyway. So yeah, so that saves a lot of stress, I think. So yeah, definitely doable. We're not going to do it tonight, but we could try it again tomorrow. Yes, thank you for that information. I was thinking about looking that up, but yes, you have saved me a click. Probably several clicks, but anyway. Yeah, in general, I've enjoyed that the event has been a lot more focused on problem solving, like I was saying. Yeah, I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that it's a lot more focused on problem solving and resource management than just on sheer power. Yeah, because I feel like that is a good way to have an event that is sort of, for one thing, it represents a lot of what the actual Delicious in Dungeon experience is like, because problem solving and resource management is the whole point of the series, basically. They hunt monsters to get food because they don't have you know, enough food to get to the part of the dungeon that they need to, like, on their own, you know, as the start when they need to rescue Fallen in time, things like that. But yeah. Yeah, it also makes it somewhat more accessible for players who might be new, such as, you know, Delicious and Dungeon fans who haven't played Arknights, who are playing Arknights because of the collab, rather than, you know, Arknights fans who are playing this or getting into Delicious and Dungeon because of the event. Yeah. But yeah, so I've liked that. Yeah, I've liked how they've depicted Laios. I've liked how the stages have been set up. But yeah, I don't know how I've felt about sort of the gameplay of a lot of the other characters. Yeah, I've enjoyed Laios's abilities. I think that intimidation tactics is very interesting, and I think that Cowardly Kensuke is very interesting. Yeah, again, I've not been especially fond of Chilchuck's first skill. Yeah, I can see why it would be good, but I don't like inconsistency, and it feels too inconsistent for me to want to use it as a major source of deployment points. But yeah, it's probably not that bad, honestly, but it just feels not great to me. Because yeah, I can never, like, if something goes wrong, if something goes wrong and I don't have the deployment points that I need when I need them, I sort of have to think, okay, was this a planning issue, or is the issue that I just got a lot of low rolls on Chilchuck, and so on and so forth. Yeah, honestly, we haven't really made great use of Senshi's skills, I don't think. We haven't used Monster Meals for Many very often. We haven't used A Meal for One very often. I feel like there's definitely... A Meal for One could definitely be very interesting as a counterpart to Gummy, who is just purely heal focused. Yeah, it's less efficient as a healing tool, but the random buff also has the potential to be quite interesting. But yes. Then Marcial. I've definitely been interested in using Summon Familiar, but I've never really been able to set up a situation that it was good for. Of course, part of the issue is the fact that you don't necessarily want to be taking too long in these stages because of the, stacking health reduction over time. Yeah, and a lot of the stages after we got Summon Familiar were ones that were especially situations where it wasn't necessarily great. Yeah, it probably would have been good in earlier stages, and it probably would have been good it probably is going to be good outside of the event. It's going to be applicable outside of the event. I'll auto deploy because I'm just looking at the team. But yeah. So, other than that, in general, like I said, I've enjoyed the event a lot. I've enjoyed the writing. I've enjoyed the gameplay. Yeah, I guess, yeah. I feel like I've learned a lot over the course of the event just from having to look at the game differently. Yeah, I've learned how to better adjust my strategies more quickly. But I think, I still haven't quite developed that confidence in my own strategies. Because like I said, I had thought about using push operators. I had thought about using push operators to potentially, push the berry metal crabs into the pit to get ingredients. But like I said, I doubted that would work, and I didn't want to try something that I didn't think would work, I wasn't willing to take the risk on that, even though, all I'd be losing would be a little bit of time. But yeah. So, and yeah, again, a lot of it was just sort of making the assumption of surely it wouldn't work that way, because I don't know. There was no real reason for me to assume that. There was no real reason for me to assume that it wouldn't work, because there was nothing that said that it wouldn't work. I just sort of assumed that it wouldn't work because felt unintuitive to me, you know, and when, yeah, it just felt unintuitive to me, so I assumed that surely it wouldn't work. But yeah, again, if I don't have a specific reason to believe it wouldn't work, then there's no reason not to test it at least. But yeah, so again, if we had tested that earlier, we probably could have gotten through the final wave there. And if we had, if we'd gotten through that, we could have gotten through the final wave a lot easier. If we had, yes, if we had done that, we could have gotten through the final wave a lot easier. If I had known that you could get through the stage without having to, you know, specifically successfully feed Trymoth 3 times. Yeah. Again, you know, I didn't think that it would be 3 phases that you have to survive. I thought it would be you had to specifically feed Trymoth 3 times. And if you don't successfully feed Trymoth 3 times, then, you know, you will just keep going through more and more increasingly difficult phases. But again, there was nothing that really implied that. I just assumed that that was the case, and I never tested it. And so because of that, you know, we spent way more time on this than we really had to. Because yeah, again, I saw where it said, you know, it has 3 heads. You need to satisfy each of them. And I took that, and I recognized on some level that it probably meant that, you know, I recognized that it meant that you probably had to feed it 3 times. And, you know, I saw these different, like, sections here. But I didn't, I just didn't, I wasn't willing to commit to the possibility that it was what it appeared to be, basically. I just sort of made an assumption, like, from limited information, and then I stuck to that assumption, because I wasn't willing to commit to potentially being wrong, basically. I wasn't willing to admit that I could potentially be wrong, which is, you know, a confidence issue, like I was saying. But yeah. So with that, again, a lot of the issues that we had in this final stage in particular were just me making assumptions and not testing them because I didn't want to. I figured that surely they must be correct because, I don't know, it just sort of seemed most intuitive to me, so I assumed that that would just be how it would work. But yeah, you know, obviously you will have to make assumptions at some point because you can't not, essentially. Like, if I never assumed anything about the game, then I'd be reinventing the wheel every single stage. And that wouldn't be productive. But when you come to a situation where your assumptions don't serve you well, that's when you need to discard them and start looking at other possibilities. But yeah. And, you know, we did try new things. We tried a lot of new things, and we made a lot of adjustments to the team and to our strategy as we went on. But, yeah, there was just a lot of circumstances where I wasn't willing to go all the way, where I just sort of played it, stuck stubbornly to attempting the same things in just slightly different ways. Because, again, switching over to Pinecone was a massive game changer that completely revamped the first 2 phases of the fight. Just like completely changed how I approached them, made everything just so much more effective. But yeah, I really cannot stress enough how much Pinecone saved us here. Yeah, made things so much faster and more consistent. And just, you know, we've had Pinecone this whole time. I've had no reason not to use Pinecone, but I just never thought to use Pinecone because she's not a unit that I usually use. But yeah, So now that we have the event clear, I don't necessarily need to do it again tomorrow, but I think I'm going to anyway, because I want to see if I can get a 3-star on all of the stages. But yeah, I know that I can, basically. I know that I can. We've gotten very close on basically all of them. So yeah, the first three are completely good. Whoop. First three are completely good. This one's still bugged, I think, yeah. We did get a 3-star clear, but we didn't trip some flag in the game because the computer crashed between us completing the stage and us getting to the end of the cutscene after the stage. So yeah. Kebab and Prophecy. Again, this one we just lost because we lost the final star on it because we like encountered one of the golems, or the slugs came out of the golem at an inopportune time, and I got confused basically. So yes, this one I don't remember what went wrong in Tipsy Merriment, but again it was just like one unit. I think we just didn't do enough damage or something to kill them in time or something like that. Yeah, seafood platter we did perfectly fine. Healthy snacks, one drone got through, I think. And yeah, Rhodes Island cafeteria. Again, we've already been over that. It's very funny to me how I did all of this, thinking and wondering, oh, should I level up my units? Should I level up my units? And then I finally did it, and it was this big dramatic moment. And none of the units that I leveled up, like, their levels didn't significantly contribute to the success of the operation. It was Pinecone, like I said, just switching to Pinecone, who made the situation just so much different. But yeah, I really cannot... Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I was saying, I've also been worried for a long time that, oh, if I use units that are too strong, or if I level up my units too much, it'll make the game not challenging. But leveling up my units didn't make the stage substantially easier, it was just changing my strategy. Yeah, so... Yeah, again, if I want to maintain challenge, keeping my units low level is not necessarily the way to do it. Mostly that just makes math work less in my favor. It just makes stages take longer, honestly, in a lot of situations. Because if I can kill things with, level 40 units, and I can kill things with level 70 units, then having the level 70 units just makes it shorter. It just makes it shorter. Like, it does take away some of the risk, at least, but again, if I want there to be more danger, I can impose challenges on myself. I can impose challenges on myself, and I can do more challenging game modes. But yes, not everything needs to be a huge ordeal. Not everything needs to be a huge ordeal for this to be, I don't know, whatever it is. But yeah, just having... Yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't think I'm going to level up everyone, like, as much as I can in general. But I don't want to be afraid of that in situations where I do want to use, like, specific units or something like that. Like, I don't necessarily want to keep everyone at Elite 1, Level 1 forever, for instance. Obviously, we don't do that anyway, but... Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, again, I sort of respect very much the people who are able to do, strategies with very low-level units or very low-rarity units and things like that. But, again, the people who do that are people who spend a lot of time practicing the game, whereas I do not play the game to any meaningful extent off-stream. Like, off-stream, I just do automatic grinding. Like, that's all I do. So, I don't have, like... Despite having been playing this game, again, for several years at this point, from having played this game since the week it released, it is only, like, for the vast majority of my playtime that I'm actually, like, consciously playing the game and making decisions has been during this playthrough. So I could not tell you how many hours that I have spent, you know, the ratio of hours that I have spent, you know, doing automatic farming versus actually playing the game. But, you know, yeah. So, basically what I'm saying is I'm being unfair to myself. I'm being unfair to myself by expecting myself to be able to make all of these, you know, figure out, okay, completely off the top of my head, first time playing the stage, I need to take, you know, Elite 1 Level 1 units, a group of Elite 1 Level 1 units that I've also not been playing very much, and figure out a perfect strategy that will always get me a 3-star clear, like, first time. Like, I just can't expect that kind of stuff from me. I can't expect that kind of performance because I'm just not that good at the game. And, like, it's not like I can't be good at the game, but I just don't have that much experience yet. And I've been getting better, and I will continue to get better. And I think I've gotten better, like notably better, even just over the course of this event. But, again, I'm expecting too much of myself, and I'm being too harsh on myself when I fail. Yeah, and again, failure is inevitable, because I'm just holding myself to too high of a standard, basically. So yeah. So, again, if we really genuinely do get to a point where the game is too easy, like, that's a problem that we can solve too. But I don't need to make the game unpleasant for myself in order to keep from that, because both of those outcomes are unpleasant. Both outcomes are unpleasant, the game being too hard or the game being too easy. And yeah, again, when I say too hard, mostly what I mean is just me being in situations where I literally cannot kill units fast enough because I'm just not able to output that much damage, which is just a very frequent problem for me, because again, I just have been categorically trying to avoid leveling up my units as much as possible. Yeah, again, I'm expecting a, you know, experienced challenge runner's level of skill and proficiency with the game when I'm genuinely a very casual player of it. You know, for many, many years, I played it, you know, I never really put any thought into it because I never played new stages. I just did autocomplete on stages that I've already played. I didn't even look at the gameplay while I was doing it. I just had it on in the background while I was doing other things. And even since I've been playing the game on stream, like, for a lot of the time that I've been playing the game on stream, I've been playing the game once per week for 2 hours, maybe. Or I've been playing the game once every few weeks for 2 hours, maybe. Or I've been playing the game once a month for a few hours, maybe. Yeah, and just, again, I am expecting a lot from myself, but I'm not giving myself the time I need to be able to develop that proficiency. So, yeah. Okay. So this sort of moved from my thoughts on the event specifically to my thoughts on Arknights as a whole, but I suppose the event is part of Arknights, so that's fine. Anyway, yeah. Let's go back to the studio. Okay, so, very late. Very late. I really don't like that I'm up this late, honestly. But yes. So, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for listening to me during my incredibly long-winded discussion there. Good work. Thank you. Honestly, I am pretty satisfied with the result. I'd be willing to leave it at that. I do think we can do better, and I think it would be fun to try to do better, so that's why I'm still planning on doing more Arknights tomorrow. But, honestly, whatever we do, I'm pretty happy with the results. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the results. Oh, one thing. one thing. I definitely want to make sure that I do not forget, and I have forgotten this sort of thing before, but before we go, I do want to go in and make sure that I get Marcial's outfit. Yes, I want to make sure that I get Marcial's outfit. Because, again, I've forgotten this sort of thing before, and if I don't get it now, then, it's going to not be available at a certain point. And like I said, I don't play the game very much and I don't put a whole lot of thought into the game outside of the stream, so it's very easy for me to forget. Yes, Terra and Traveler for Marcial. Yes, brand collaboration series Terra and Traveler. Clothes Marcial wears when telling stories of her adventures aboard Rhodes Island. She acts as she imagines a lunatic magician would, summoning several familiars with a wave of her hand. Some of them even look like our operators. Very nice. We'll definitely look into this art at some point, I think. But, yes, for right now, let's get back to what I was talking about before. There we are. Yes, so, Arknights. Yeah, I did well, I think. I think we've had a little bit of a breakthrough, I think, here. Yeah, both in terms of strategy and in terms of how I look at how I play this game, basically. So yeah, so there's a lot of room for improvement. And yeah, if I want to improve, I can't just expect to play like, obviously you need to play the game to get better at the game, but I can't just play the game mindlessly. I have to actually sort of practice and try to figure out what's working and what doesn't, and keep in mind my various options. Because yeah, I know I've said it like 3-4 times already, but just switching to Pinecone massively changed the entire tone of that operation. Yes, a single change of a single operator, going even to a lower level operator than what I had before in that slot, massively improved our situation. And if I had, again, made sort of another change and decided, oh, maybe it is worth trying to, push the berry metal crabs into the pit. If we had done that, and we had come up with that early, I think we could have gotten we could have gotten a 3-star clear. I do think that it would have been possible. But yes, anyway. So, no more talking about Arknights because I could talk about it all night. And I can't allow myself to do that because I need to go to bed so I can go to work tomorrow. Okay. So, Arknights tomorrow. Probably not going to do it early, maybe. Well, honestly, why not, I guess. If I've got the time for it, I might as well. But yeah, let's say 7:30. But I'll keep you all posted. If I'm not here at 7:30, then assume 8:30. Yeah, so that is, of course, in Central Time. I think it's been a while since I mentioned that, but just in case. So yeah, 7:30 p.m. Central Time tomorrow for Arknights. Next week, we should be seeing some more Arknights on, Tuesday and Saturday. Then Wednesday and Thursday we'll be doing more Atelier Yumiya. And then on Friday we'll be doing some more Guilty Gear. Alright, so Thursday and Friday streams, you can expect around 9:30 p.m. Central Time. Every other stream you can expect to be around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Yes. So, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you've had a fine night. Oh, hold on. Raid. If anyone has any raid suggestions, please feel free to leave them here. If not, I can find a target on my own. Okay. But yes, a little bit tired after all this, so, especially because it is late for me. it is late for me. I'm usually not this active at this time of night. You know, it's still a while before I actually go to bed, but yeah. I've been talking for a while and thinking a lot, very much, for this whole game. So, anyway. Okay. So, not seeing any raid suggestions. So, hold on. I see Lumi is playing Senatelia Yumia. Alright, I think that's a pretty good option there. So, Lumi tonight. Luminous Lee. Lady Knight VTuber. Seen her a fair amount. Yes, so, Luminous Lee. Yes, 3 eyes there. Okay. The customary raid message is, as always, we have arrived. And so yes, once again, I'd like to thank you for being here in chat. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, always nice to have people drop by and say hi. Yes. So, thank you all for being here tonight. I hope that you've had a fine night. I hope that you will continue to have a fine night every night. And I hope that you'll be well until the next time I see you. Thank you all very much, and farewell. Let us get this raid underway.